Welcome back aboard Skua. Last week, we installed our new M-Track AIS and set sail for Malta on a 330 nautical mile offshore upwind passage. We left you approximately here, a third of the way between Kefalonia and Malta. Good morning. We've had a pretty lively night on Skua. We had 23 to 25 knots most of the night, and at some point we had to fill in the staysail and go under furled staysail and double reefed main, and still making 5 knots. And it's been on the nose as well, so it's basically been a very wet ride with lots of spray coming over the cockpit. And so we've been basically looking for shelter down below as much as we could, popping up just to make sure that we weren't on a collision course with anyone and everything else, checking on the sails. I have had the best sleep ever, I can't believe it. The motion of the boat has been fairly good. It's mainly bouncing up and down rather than left to right, so for some mysterious reason I've been sleeping fairly well, and for me it's a massive milestone. I always really struggle to sleep, and maybe I'll get half an hour sleep in a day. Well, I feel like I've had at least 4 hours sleep for the past 24, which is amazing. It's the afternoon of day 2, and we've had quite a lot of wind today, all the way until now, which is 4 p.m. But it's coming down just now. The sea is going calm, and it's a really nice motion. I've been feeling very clumsy on this passage. I feel like I'm gonna wake up with loads of bruises tomorrow just from moving around the boat and not minding myself very well. Just not used to it anymore. I believe we are halfway of our 330 nautical mile passage, so that's really good news.
Life is a winding road, no telling where it goes. Driving through days and nights, won't stop for traffic lights. And I really wanna know if I will ever figure out where the road goes. Even if I'm falling down, I will keep on searching for my highs. You can say I lost my mind, I will keep on holding my head.
It's been a really nice afternoon. It's been a little bit calmer than it was last night. Last night it was like 20 knots, I think up to 25 at times. Whereas this afternoon it's been hovering around like 16 to 18, which is really like perfect. It's been super relaxing, and there's been getting some sleep, and I've been out reading. It's just been lovely all day. I don't think I've touched the sails once. And, well, not this afternoon anyway. This morning I had to touch them quite a lot. But yeah, we've made really good speed and pointed pretty much directly at Malta. Now the breeze is just kind of dying. I think we'll have the engine on not long after sunset, but that's fine really. We were expecting that. And then we should get a bit more breeze tomorrow. Looking forward to another hopefully calm night with lots of sleep.
I've been waiting for the fallout in the middle of the night. Stuck like cattle, you and me will be alright.
just had the most stunning sunset, completely red, and you could see it disappear behind the horizon at every inch. It's really cool. I think this is one of our best passages on Skua so far. It's been a pretty eventful night for me, lots of potential collisions, and so I've been out here in the wind just making sure that I had my eyes on everything, because there were so many targets on the AIS. Just about to avoid another collision in 15 minutes, and hopefully after that I'll be comfortable enough going in for 10 minutes to get some respite from the wind, because I've been out here for over an hour now and it's not really nice to have the wind on you all the time. But I've been really lucky, there's not much spray coming over and it's not too cold.
Time has been so hard on us, my friend. Sun goes down, but we get back again. Trouble is a silly thing, it always ends up breaking, but everything still works out in the end. No matter what they call it, no matter what they want it, they don't know there's no way they'll ever get it. Wind just blows, but we keep on standing. We'll call it whatever that we want it. Don't you know there's no way they will ever get it? Wind just blows, but we keep on standing.
It's the afternoon of day 3 and we've lost the wind. It's been really great, the wind on this passage, and Skua's been handling it amazingly well, but it's now turned to about 8 knots and directly where we're coming from, so we struggled to really use that very well, and there's a lot of shipping around. So we're kind of motor sailing. The main is up with no reefs in it anymore, and it's just sheeted down fairly hard to keep the boat stable, and then we're basically just using the motor for power, which is working really well. As you can see behind me, the sea's gone really calm, really flat, and we've just had lunch. Eleanor made a delicious tuna, avocado and pita bread meal for lunch, using the tuna that we caught on day 1. Was it day 1? Yeah, on day 1. When I went to put the autopilot on in a spell where there wasn't much wind on, I think, day 1, the autopilot was making loads of strange noises. So I looked into the reservoir and it was empty, it had drained all of the fluid. I'm not really sure where it's gone because I checked all the ends of the hoses and it's not come out. So I guess there was some sort of airlock, which hopefully is now gone, but we didn't really want to re-bleed the system at sea, especially because we want to maintain steering at the moment. So for the time being we're using a tiller pilot on the hydrovane. We're quite used to tiller pilots because Kittiwake had a tiller pilot. This one doesn't seem as sturdy as the one we had on Kittiwake. This is a Raymarine one, I think, and the Simrad one we had on Kittiwake was seemed a bit better built, but so far that's steering really well. It just goes to a little tiller arm on the hydrovane. I'll show you it. And yeah, it's just one of our backup systems. (7 degrees 49 minutes). So I've been practicing taking sights with our new sextant. We haven't got round to learning all of the background maths in any detail yet, and we haven't got a set of tables. but I've kind of started to learn the concepts from Tom Cunliffe's book, and we're just practicing the kind of like practical side of actually taking sun sights. And when we were in the marina in Argostoli, we were practicing taking stars as well, and I found it surprisingly easily actually. Like I was expecting it to be really difficult, even to like pick up the sun and get it down to the horizon and stuff like that, but I haven't found it very difficult at all. Obviously with more practice I'll get more accurate and fast, and like this is kind of the easy part. The difficult part is learning all of the maths that goes with it. So yeah, so far so good. I've found even on the boat, because Skua's so like stable, it's pretty easy to get sights. I was doing some star sights the evening of day 1 or 2, I can't remember, and the boat was moving around a fair bit because we had 20 knots on the beam, but even so, like, it was fine really. Like the horizon doesn't move around that much, so you can't just kind of keep it stable. But yeah, enjoying it.
Well, still no wind, but it's okay. It's a really relaxing evening. We just had dinner and we have about maybe 40 nautical miles to go, so we'll get in at dawn. Yeah, really excited to see a new country, and Malta was one of the places that we really wanted to see. And it's weird, it's been the best passage I've ever had, so I'd be happy to keep going, which never really applies. I'm usually so tired by now that I just want it to be over. So yes, a really, really positive step forward for me. There isn't one bit of boat that isn't covered in salt. I suppose we've been beaten into the wind for almost 3 days. Oh, a squid was suicidal last night.
Kamikaze squid.
Came on board and dried off on barnacle.
Maybe we should add him to the tuna though.
Yeah, maybe. Make good use of his sacrifice. Poor little guy.
Little Wally. Hello.
He's tiny.
Oh, he's sticky. I'll give you a tenner if you eat it.
No. This is what we're getting into later on. I'm kind of glad we're motoring. It's going to be so much easier to avoid all these massive ships. I don't think I've ever seen such a full screen, even in Gibraltar, to be completely honest. I guess we must be on the Suez Canal route back to Europe. Must be a very busy shipping spot. We're about 20 miles out of Malta, not long to go now, and there's this huge sort of city of anchored tankers just out here, so it's hard to see the actual lights of the islands behind it, but I should soon be past it and then should be able to see the actual country.
just coming into Malta now, into Malta harbour. There's a container port right near the entrance of it, so there's a lot of ships around, and yeah, they're all doing strange manoeuvres to, I think, wait for spaces to go on the port. So there's also quite a lot of bird life around, and it's a really stunning sunrise. The water's really calm, so it looks really nice. And there's sleeping at the moment. I'll probably wake her up in a bit so that she can come control the boat while we anchor. And yeah, I think she'll probably want to see the coming into Malta as well, which is really cool.
Well, this anchorage wasn't for us. There's lots of oil on the water, which I can't really show on camera. And as well, there's all these like mooring lines left next to the buoys that make it quite hazardous to navigate. So I'm very glad we waited and came in the daylight. And just in general, there was not much space to anchor. It was very shallow in patches, and as we're not too tired, we're just gonna go try something else. This is definitely a better spot. So it turns out to be a popular spot where we chose, huh?
Yeah, many power boaters, quite a few sailors as well, but so far everyone's anchored not too close to us, which is alright.
Yeah. And now we're having lunch. We have pita breads with tzatziki and what's it called? Halloumi.
Cucumber.
Cucumber halloumi and some fresh fruit. Everything that's expiring. All my recipes come from expiring stuff.
Get it just in time. Nice and ripe. Mm-hmm. Nice ripe halloumi.
Life is a winding road, no telling where it goes. Driving through days and nights.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe before you click off. If you regularly watch our episodes, consider supporting our production on Patreon to get access to more videos and our Patreon Hangout Facebook group. Join us next week to explore Malta and Gozo by boat.
Even if I'm falling down, I will keep on searching for my highs. You can say I lost my mind, I will keep on holding my head.